Summer's here, which means so is showing more skin. So today I'm going to walk you guys through my simple summer workout and show you my favorite workouts and ways to sweat it out during the summer months.
I've been packing, waiting on the weather, thinking about you and me. When you told me that I was...
So the first thing I'm going to do is pull my hair back with a headband, and I'm going to throw my hair up into a bun today, but as you'll see later, I'll throw it up into a ponytail. This just keeps my hair out of my face and sweat free.
This is our fantasy. Tonight we're breaking free. We'll beat it, you and me.
I'll always spray my face with my breath of fresh air toner water from Lush. This will just seal my pores shut because I don't want any sweat clogging them, and I'm using an exfoliating cotton round to rub this in. I'm going in with some Neutrogena SPF 70 sunscreen just on my face, neck, and shoulders and arms, so that way I'm not going to burn or get any kind of weird farmer's tan or skin damage for that matter while I'm outside working out.
Into the night and we can shine forever.
Last but not least, I gotta apply some deodorant because no one wants to be smelly while working out. And then let's get into what I wear during my workouts. It's super hot out, so I like to go with some yoga shorts and then just some sort of tank top. This one's from a band, some sunglasses, and then I definitely have to have on my Nike training sneakers. So I actually go for long walks for my cardio. I go for about a 3-mile walk whenever I'm doing this routine. And I go for walks because my body's just not made for running. I have a very painful experience whenever I go for a run. But I just really like to explore the scenery. I go up and down hills and just really get my body moving without pushing it too far that it's going to give me pain. So the only downfall of these walks is that I get attacked by bugs, as I'm showing you guys here. I hate bugs, but they are a part of the walking nature, I guess. So once I'm done, I head on home, and then I'm going to get into my floor workouts. So I'm going to demo for you guys the things that I do, and yeah. So the first move is my lateral raises, which involve a 5-pound weight, and I'm basically just raising my arms to a T shape, keeping my body straight, and just working those arms, and this will really get your whole arm and your shoulders involved. And I have weak arms, so this really hurts, and I only do about 10 to 15 reps, and then I'll do maybe 1 or 2 sets depending on how I'm feeling that day. This next move is called the palms in shoulder press, and what you do is you just have your wrists facing together, and then you're going to basically reach your elbows out so that way they're perpendicular to your body, and just keep lifting up. The other way that you can do it is to have your elbows in front of you rather than towards your ears like they were before, and just again lift those weights straight up and come back down to that position. You really want these at a 90-degree angle to your body when you're coming down. Next, I go into the front raises, which are the most difficult for me, even though they seem like they'd be the easiest. Using those same weights, I'm just lifting my arms up so that way they're at a 90-degree angle in front of me. Just my whole arm is on fire while I'm doing this. Again, 10 to 15 reps in 2 sets. Next up are tricep extensions. To do these, I start with the weight behind my shoulder blade, and then I just fully extend my arm, and I do 1 hand at a time, doing 15 reps per hand. And that just gets your triceps activated, obviously. Next, I'm going to go into my deadlift with shoulder press move. This is basically what it is. It's 2 moves combined into 1. So you start with a deadlift where the weights are down by your feet, and then you're lifting up and setting up for a shoulder press, and then lifting up above your head, bringing it back down to the shoulder press position, and then fully down to the floor again. So it's easier to watch this one than for me to explain, but it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it, and all of your muscles are really activated with this move.
I feel it everywhere. Nothing scares me anymore.
Now that I've worked out my arm slot, I'm going to move down to my yoga mat, and I'm going to start with 50 crunches. These are really simple if you guys want to do sit-ups or some sort of version of a crunch. go ahead and do that, but I like to do 50 and just get my ab muscles really activated and burning. And yeah, you can do whatever amount of crunches make you feel the burn, but I feel it at about 50. Then I'm going to move into leg lifts or leg raises, and I do a little variation of this. So I start with my hands underneath my butt. I lift my legs straight up, and then I extend them outwards into a V shape. And then I lift them back up, not touching my legs down to the floor at all. I can do somewhere between 10 and 20 of these. These burn like crazy on your lower abs. And yeah, just suck in like I kind of demonstrated there, and that'll really help get your abs activated. Focusing on my obliques now, I like to do an oblique twist. So I take a 5-pound weight, put it in my hands, and then just twist from side to side. I keep my face facing in one direction, and then I bring my elbows back towards the mat. The further that your back is, the more that you'll feel this. Make sure to keep that tummy sucked in again, so that way you're really activating those abs, and make sure to keep that head forward. If you guys want to make this a little bit harder, you can lift your feet up off the ground, and that will just make it a little bit harder to balance, and it'll make you keep those abs tighter, like this. Almost done for the day. I'm going to do my Superman extensions to activate that lower back. So to do this, I just lift my body up off the floor, legs and upper chest, and then I point my hands out so that way my body is fully extended, and then bring it in so that way I know that I'm holding that position upright for about 3 seconds. If you don't want to do the arm bend, you don't have to. I just find that it keeps me in that actual Superman position for a little bit longer than typically I would be in. To finish up, I like to do a forearm plank. So I keep my elbows bent and I go into a semi-push-up position, keep that body flat, and just hold this for about 45 seconds. Do it twice, and I swear you'll be on the floor done after that.
This is our fantasy.
These definitely aren't all of the workouts that I do, but this was definitely enough to get the full body activated and to have hit all of those target muscles. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to show you guys how I cool down and stretch out. So the first stretch that I do is a pointed toe touch. So I'm just going to extend my arms all the way and reach for my toes while also pointing them. And then to activate a different part of the, I'm going to flex my toes back and do the same thing where I'm reaching for them. As you can see here, you have to do both to really get the two different muscles stretched out. And then I'm going to focus on my arms, so extending one arm across me, I'm just going to stretch out those shoulders. Hold this for about 8 seconds. Then I'm going to stretch my triceps by reaching my hand across my back and pushing my elbow down gently with the other hand. To stretch out my shoulders and just relax, I like to hold the child's pose for a couple of seconds. Sometimes I'll stay in this for a minute if I really want to stretch out. Moving on, I'll do the dancer stretch, as I found out from Google. This stretches your back. It's just crossing your leg over your other leg, as you can see here, and just pushing your opposite arm across that bent leg. And I love this one. It just can crack your back if your back is really tense. Not the best probably, but whatever. Next, I go into the cobra pose. This is my favorite. It really stretches those abs that you've worked. And that is it. So I thank you guys for watching, and now it's your turn to go sweat it out.
My secret buried.
I said something about how I have a ton of stuff in my bag, and I do. So I thought that I'd do an updated what's in my bag